but it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Gionthar. If I salvage the stones, I could retrieve it. Perhaps even wield it. With the crown in my hands, I will be unstoppable. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god. Want, need, deserve. Choose whatever word you prefer. But it is what I'm going to do. Mystra has dictated the terms of my potential for long enough. The crown would grant me control of my own destiny at last. Think of all I could achieve. All that I could grant to those whose ambitions are restrained by Mystra's yoke. I could raise a new Netherrealm, right here in Faerun. It seems that we've come to an impasse. I stand on the threshold of divine ascension, and you would try to keep me grounded. It's not your fault. I can hardly expect you to understand. But nor will I relinquish this chance because you're unwilling to imagine a world where I succeed. I will never forget you. That much I promise. And if one day you feel differently, I would be honored to have you as my chosen.
Farewell, Gale. I hope he still remembers us little people once he's secured Godhood. Though he may have to contend with Mystra before that's a foregone conclusion. As for us, well, the future awaits.
I've never been on first-name terms with a god before. It could have its perks. I can't imagine Mystra will take it lying down. Floating. However gods relax. Still, good luck to him. I'm sure he'll go far.
Gale will be but one god among many, doomed to squabble, to battle, to vie for control and power. And we will be the pieces they play with. But somehow, I do not think Mystra will allow it to happen so readily. He chose his fate. Now, let us make the most of ours.
Once Gale tasted of godhood, he was always bound to fill himself full. May he be wiser than he is cocksure, for his own sake. After all, Mystra's not about to welcome him to the Pantheon with open arms. For now, though, let us leave Gale to his future and turn to our own.
I shall miss him, though I hope he proves to be a kindly god. I've had my fill of the tyrannical sort, though I hope he has the mettle needed to face Mystra. She will not yield willingly, I fear. A new chapter awaits. Let us make haste.
Another low mortal grasping at godhood. Perhaps he will manage it and be everything he promises. Perhaps not. Better for the world not to find out at all, I think. And certainly better for Gale that Mystra does not. But he set himself on his path. We have our own next steps to think on.
And all to impress a former lover. Gale should do as Minsc did and stop at the face tattoo. Mystra no longer wishes to share his bed. Who doubts she will wish to share the mastery of all magic with him instead? But let the wizard wet his robes in the river, if that is his wish.
I envy him. If we had dominated the brain, we would be greater than gods. Perhaps one day, the plains will quake as Mystra and Gale clash for control of the weave. I would not bet against our wizard if it does come to pass. As it is, our future is uncertain, and we must face it without divinity, without our illithid powers. As mortals,
So,
Gale of Waterdeep, you have become the inheritor of Karsus's powers at last. Tell me, what do you intend to do with them? You think yourself capable of it? Come then. Let us put your ambition to the test. You should have remained mortal, Gale of Waterdeep. You would have lived longer.